Hey, family, Smitty Smith, River City Blues Realty, have a guest with us this morning. Family, I love it when I get to have company join me on the air. This here is Tracey, family. She talked the talk, but she walked the walk. Tracey, tell us about you.
Okay, well, I'm just me. Let's start off with that. Everyday person. I love my community. And I wanted people to really see what it means to walk out the process when it comes to home ownership. So I'm a community girl all day long.
Sorry, I had to disappear there for you a second, Tracey. So, in addition to being, as you call it, a community girl, you're also a homeowner.
I went through the process with Southside Community Development, and Smitty was just along for the journey. I brought my house
Whoa,
back
whoa,
in 20.
wait a minute, wait a minute. You said Smitty wanna so you worked with me. Oh, we're not gonna let the important stuff get by. So we work together, you and I together, as they say.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, we
So
worked together.
so I was your
Um,
realtor.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
So I was your realtor, in other words.
Yes, you were. And it was a
Okay.
2-year process because when I
What
first,
wait, don't be putting all my business in the street. Don't be
what?
telling everything.
Yeah, you got to tell it all.
Go ahead, tell it all.
So when I first started out, just wanting to be a first time home buyer, I contacted Smith and I was like, hey, look, um, this is what I want to do. And so in order for me to start the journey, he connected me with Southside Community Development.
Good group.
I went in and I took the initial class that needed to be taken. But then I had to stop my process because my credit score was low. I had no knowledge of what it meant to be financially responsible. So I had to go through the process, and it took me a little while because I kept going back and forth. But when I got serious and I took time, I seen what my credit looked like. But then I made steps towards going through the counseling. They held my hand the entire way. They did not do it for me,
Oh,
but they did hold my hand. They told me what needed to be done, how I needed to go from point A to point B. And I did that. And the end result was me not just standing or being in the community, but actually locking arms with the community, finding out resources that were available. People were training me on how to dispute things. They were teaching me the process of being patient because I think a lot of times we want this instant thing, and when they pull our
yes.
credit report, they thinking that I'm gonna get this, and they say hold up, wait a minute,
No, I
you
tell
know.
you, Tracy, you said so much, but I just gotta put a pin in that last thing that you shared. Is that thing about patience. Delayed does not necessarily have to mean denied. Most folks come to us, Tracy. They're not ready to buy, you know, and that's okay because we're still going to welcome you with open arms because there are free services to help you get ready. Now,
Say that
when you
again,
get right,
Smitty. Free.
free, and free, and free credit counseling, free budget counseling, family. Don't pay for what you can get for free. So, Tracy, if I didn't take you too far off track, and somebody interrupt me for as long as I've just interrupted you, I'd have forgot my whole train of thought. But let's see how good you are. Go ahead.
But I mean, because it comes back to proper partnership, first of all,
Yes.
knowing the resources that are available to you. And that's one thing I love about Smitty and June. They made me aware, hey, look, this resource is out here, that resource is out here. And just connecting with people who have the answer to your problems. A lot of times we're so secretive and we don't want nobody to know our business, but them knowing my business helped me to get that grant money that I needed in order for me to purchase my home. So you have to put yourself out there,
You do.
and you can't run when it comes down to, the first sign of something not going the way you want it to go. You can't just shrink back and go back into hide. No, you got to press through. And
Yeah.
that's what we're going to be talking about. Just some perseverance in the process. you
because
know.
trust me, family, things go wrong. Tracy, every morning, when we do our faith posts, we always tell folks, you write chapter one and chapter done, but in the middle, things just happen that we can't control. So you put on your seatbelt, you buckle up, and prepare for what most likely is going to be a bumpy ride. But that's okay if that's the expectation. Then there shouldn't be any surprises. There shouldn't be any throwing your hands up, giving up, and walking away, because we know things are going to happen. You know, but we also know good thing is going to happen at the end. For those folks who hang in there, such as you, who are homeowner, and you took advantage. You shared $14,000 of grants and down payment assistance.
Over 14,000.
Over
It was,
14.
yes.
Oh wow, wow, wow,
And
wow.
but what I wanted to say too, a lot of times when you just want to be discouraged and you have these negative thoughts in the back of your mind, I encourage people to get a picture of, if you have children, get a picture of your children, get a
Mm-hmm.
picture of your next level, because that's what's going to keep you motivated. When them people was asking me all these questions and I'm like, oh Lord, how much more you want to know? I
They
looked,
want it all. They want it
yeah, I
all.
looked at my kids and I looked at my grandkids and I said, I want a home. I want a gathering place for
Mm.
my family to be able to come. And this is going to be the place to where I'm going to leave to my children, and hopefully they're going to leave to their children. So we're talking about actually restructuring your mindset and leaving something for the next generation. That's so important.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. Just this morning we went into chapter 4 in our Crazy Faith book, and we were talking about legacy. The exact same thing you just said, legacy. We're creating a legacy, either good or bad. It's involuntary. It's how people remember us. It's what we leave the world. And then I started geeking out, Tracy. Then I started, because June wasn't here to keep me on track. I started talking about how, the earth is, billions upon billions of years old. I mean, the Rocky Mountains have been here, I mean, just crazy long time. And we're here about what, 80, 90 years if we're lucky. So we're here a second, maybe 3 seconds compared to everything else. And that's even before we go into outer space, which has been here trillions of years. So we're here just but for a flash. And what we do with that flash, that's so important, so very important. So again, you just confirmed what I shared this morning. Thank you.
But
And
I needed to
go ahead.
to kind of say this as well. Most people don't understand that right now you are paying a mortgage.
Yeah,
The question is whether or not you're paying a mortgage for somebody else's home, or
yeah.
whether or not you're going to start, paying a mortgage for your home. Every time you are renting, you are paying off somebody else's property.
Absolutely.
So we just trying to get you motivated so that your name can be on the deed of the property.
I say when you write that check, be angry when you write an angry check for rent. Write this check again, be angry about it. But be so angry that I'm gonna do something about it. Guys, you gotta get started. You just 2023, we're gonna go through all of 2024 the exact same way the exact same 2023, the exact same way we went through 2022, if we do the same thing. It's not big changes, it's small changes. Be angry when you write that rent check. Say to yourself, I'm angry and I'm not going to continue to do this. Be angry when you're paying utility bill and you don't even have a meter, when you're sharing the utilities with all your other apartment neighbors. Be angry about that, family. You can do better. You deserve better. Be like Tracy. Tracy used the word the other day, and I'm not going to mention. I'm going to see if she remembers. But when she said that word, man, I was like, that is the word. That is the word of the day. That is an action word. Remember what that word is, Tracy?
Smitty, you know I talk a lot. So you gotta just,
I ain't gonna tell you.
Lord. Well, look, I will say this. that you have to be consistent and you have to start your process. You cannot give up. You have got to walk this thing through. Whatever. And even when you don't feel like it, because I found that a lot of people dwell in their feelings. I don't feel like it ain't about what you feel like doing these days. It's about doing what needs to be done to make sure that you get to the next level. I am also doing that thing called next level living, to where I'm going into the communities
Okay.
and talking to people and connecting people with resources like Smitty. Go back and I do they have the capabilities of going back and watching some of your videos that you have? Is
Absolutely.
that
We've been working on that the last couple of days. We set up our Facebook channel, YouTube channel, uh, Twitter channel, and Instagram. So we've been working on all of that the last couple of days. So all of the videos are going to be migrating there, so folks be able to go back and
good? Because there's a wealth of information there. I follow Smitty because I want to know what's going on in the community. So when somebody calls me and they be like, Tracey, I need, or I want to do this, I can say, well, look, Southside Community Development is doing this. They have finances available. They're actually saying that if you don't make enough, and that blew my mind when Sierra came on and said that if your job is not paying you, then they'll work with you, or they have counselors point you in the right direction to where you'll be able to make better income. So you'll be able to afford a house. Come on now. Where
yeah,
did you get that at? What?
you know what? That we got it. Miss Yates said, "Good morning to you, Miss Yates. Thank you for joining us." No, but you're absolutely right. They have free services to help. Folks. They have a financial opportunity, so they call it an FOC. It's all with the purpose of helping folks to get better, to do better. I mean, at the end of the day, that's that legacy, family. That's that legacy that we're always telling you about. You know, want better to get better, but do better to get better. Do like Tracey, step up, family, step up into your legacy, step up to your legacy, design your legacy. All right, family, you got to do it because you're doing it anyway. But it's just a matter of if you're in charge of it. Your legacy cannot be Smitty paid to rent on time. you know, family, that ain't right. That ain't enough. It's got to be
But I
more.
would also say too, to lock arms with the people in your community who have the resources that you need. A lot of times we need to cancel a lot of people out of our lives that's telling us that we can't do this. And we need to embrace those in the communities that's pushing you forward to the next place. And if your next place is going to be home ownership, then let's do it. It's
Let me
resources out there to do it.
take a moment and say hello to Mrs. McDaniel. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for saying good morning to us. We appreciate it. And again, if you're out there, family, you're following us, you have a question, do not hesitate to ask. We are here to help you. We're here to educate, to encourage, and to empower you where? All the way home in 2023.
But not only that too, Smitty, but
Mhm.
people like me, I have purchased my home and I have used the resources in the community, but it's not enough for me just to set on the information. So
Mhm.
that's why I get it on these platforms. That's why I always tell people I have had around about 3 or 4 people that I have literally seen go through the process as well and become homeowners. So if it works, I'm going to promote it. And this is one of the programs that work. You have people out here that's trying to help you get to the next level. I just hope that you grab onto it. Don't waste another year. Please
They're
don't
going to
waste
grab
another
onto it,
year.
Tracy. They're going to grab on. They're not going. They're not going to remain comfortable. That was the
That's
word.
it. That's it.
That was the word.
That's the word.
Yeah, we're not going to let them remain comfortable where they are. We're going to remind you that if you are where you know you're not supposed to be, all right, let me say this. If you are staying where you're not supposed to stay longer than when you're supposed to have stayed there, renting is fine for a season, family. But at some point, you've been there too daggone long. All right. And that's when you got to start taking actions. You got to start making moves, family. Remember, small moves equal big moves. Small moves equal big moves. So Tracey, I'm gonna take you back just for I'm gonna put you on the spot. Yeah, I'm gonna put Tracey on the spot. You bought it was half renovated, half brand new, if I remember correctly, in
Yes.
Henrico County.
Yes.
All right. So let's go back in time. What was the very first thing you did when you walked into your home for the very first time?
I prayed over my house because I was
Yeah.
so thankful to God. I am a faith girl all the way.
Yeah.
So, so I did. I just thank God because I knew that this is the place that, through blood, sweat, tears, and
Yeah.
prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Family, she's telling you the truth. So you got to fight sometimes. You got to fight, put your head down, and you just start swinging. You just keep doing until you get what you want because it's not always handed to you. But again, chapter one, I want to become a homeowner. Chapter middle, I'm just going along for the ride. I'm responding to what's given to me. I'm providing what's needed. I'm keeping myself right. I'm keeping myself tight because I'm going to get there. And chapter done, she was blessing her home. Guys, I'm not making this stuff up. I have lived it with my clients, and Tracey is one of my clients that have lived it. Chapter one, Tracey wanted to become a homeowner. Chapter done, she was blessing her home. So then the only other question I could possibly ask is, Tracey, what was the first meal you cooked in your house?
You know what? I don't even know, but I know it was good because it was my. How
It is.
about that? Anything that you prepare in your house when your name is on the deed is good. But I know I can honestly say that we have had many gatherings,
Yeah.
many family gatherings there, and that made memories. I mean, there's nothing
Mhm.
better than you making memories with the ones that you love.
Yeah.
And my family has gathered there several times, and we have had a ball, and we have stood um, just on principles. My grandma used to always say this: "Y'all
Mhm.
don't stop getting together."
Yeah.
And I was able to invite people to my home to get together, and so that meant something to me.
And what that does, Tracy, just to take it one step further is, and I want to thank you for being a frontiers person. You are blazing a trail for your friends and your family to follow. You know, you have set the course and you're clearing the path. You're clearing out the weeds where everyone else doesn't have to go through all of the stuff you went through. You get to explain to them, don't make the credit mistakes. Don't do this, but do this. Follow me, follow my path. When your family come visit you, everybody's noticing what we do and don't do. It's amazing how people are following us even before Facebook. But people are following us before we even realize that we're being followed. And man, what you've done is huge. It's so huge. So thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you so much, Smitty, for having me on. Like I said, I love my community, and I love community resources for people who actually, they just need help. They need to get past that point. They need to push forward. So thank you guys for all you do. Keep doing what you're doing. Tell Miss June I say hello.
Miss June, I'm goofing off somewhere, man. June out there goofing off. I'm doing all the work as I always do. But don't tell her I said that though. Okay,
Mhm.
you won't.
Mhm.
So I got. Can you hang on for just a couple more minutes? I just have one or two more questions for you.
Yes, yes,
Okay. So Tracy, you're a homeowner now. You
yes.
prayed on your home. You made a meal in your home which tasted better than it would have if you were made it in your apartment. Have you done any decorating? Family is all about the decor. I'm an HGTV guy here. Have you had any yard time? Have you had any paint time? Any decor time?
You know what? That's the good thing about it. My one of my sons is a painter, so every now and then, he's in the house.
Hmm.
So, we'll spruce up every now and then. Most of the stuff that we did on the inside, as far as decor, I'm pleased with it. On the outside, everything was new. You know,
Yeah.
so it wasn't really much to be done.
Yeah. Then there's that part. Yeah. Are you a yard person?
I am not really a yard person. I believe in keeping my yard groomed, and things of that nature. And like I said, my son is he's the one. So they do landscaping and all of that stuff. So
So he's
yeah,
built
so
in.
he got it going on over there.
Got it built in landscaping. Man, ain't much
Yes.
better than that. Ain't nothing better than that. But and that's all. And as we always say, the joy of home ownership, you kind of got to treat it as a dollhouse. You get to play with it, you get to decorate it, You get to do things with it while you're there enjoying it, but you're creating your own environment, you know.
Mhm.
Antique white ain't the only color in the world, Tracy. That's what I tell folks all the time. It really ain't. There's some blues, there's some yellows, there's some greens, but be very careful when you paint green because they're not my favorite color. Okay, I don't want to come to your house and talk about you, but there's all kind of ways you get to enjoy your home. I'm an HGTV type of guy, and I love browsing house on the website, looking at all the expensive stuff, seeing if I can figure out a way to do it not so expensively. So that's kind of my thing about family. It's just something special when you get to create something that you walk into after a day outside, and your home reaches out and it hugs you and it loves you. You can hang pictures on the wall, as many as you want. You ain't got to worry about somebody saying you can't do but one or two pictures per room. All that ridiculousness, all that is gone away.
But the key word there, Smitty, too, is it is your home,
Absolutely.
yours, you know, and that's just a good thing, a good feeling when you know that I am a homeowner,
Sure.
you
Sure.
know.
Sure.
So yeah, you get to do what you want to do. So
And one other thing, and we're not going to go into too much detail on this, but you paid X for your house, but now your house is worth Y. Your house is worth more than what you paid for it.
absolutely, the property value has gone up, you know. And I'm just gonna put it out there. With everything, with all of the grant money and stuff, my down payment was $1,200.
That's what I tell folks. She
I
bought a
paid
home
twelve
at
hundred dollars out of pocket.
$1,200.
And
All
there
right.
are so yeah, and I mean
So
mortgage in the 800s. Come on now. What? Say what? Say
that
what?
says it all. Say what?
You know, we are out here and renting. People are renting right
Oh,
now for two-bedroom apartments. Some
yeah,
of them are $1,300, $1,400.
yeah, yeah. We
You
spoke
know,
today was paying $1,800 a month in rent. $1,800. And here folks are with mortgage payments less than $900 a month. Family, I want y'all to feel that. Bought a home. And this is what I've been telling you all the time. Bought a home, $1,200 of her own money. Guys, $1,200. That's 12 $100 bills,
that's
24
it.
$50 bills, 1,200 $1 bill. I don't care what, I don't know how many quarters, nickels, and dimes it would take. But family, you got to do this. All right. But like Tracy said, when she first got here, she wasn't ready. So she had to get ready because she was tired of being tired. So she got ready to get ready. And then she got ready, got her credit score where it needed to be. All we needed was a 620. Then the lender got on her nerves. They wore that girl out. I ain't gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Family, straight talk, no chaser. They
That's
got
right.
on this black girl's nerves. All right. And I got news for you. It ain't gonna be no different with you. And it was no different with me. It's no different with anybody. If somebody's gonna lend you a lot of money, they're gonna ask you some questions. And they're
Mhm.
not gonna just take your word for the answer. They want to see the answer in black and white.
Step by step.
You just can't say I make $40,000 a year. Oh, well, okay, Smitty. Now, show me pay stubs to
Hmm.
support that. I just can't say I got $1,200 in the bank. No, they want to say, Smitty, show us pay stubs equaling 1,200. I mean, show us checking account statements showing $1,200. So it comes down to not what I say, but what I'm able
Hmm.
to. You're still here. You're back. We every now and again, the technology, and that's what I like about our
I
posts.
lost my. I can't hear.
You can't hear me? Okay. So again, family, we're all about home ownership. Just say something when you hear it so
I
that we know
lost the
you got that.
hearing in it.
Okay, hold on a second. We do have a comment. I'm so busy running my mouth. Hey, Obria says, okay, Mr. Smith, I have to call soon. I need help. We all need help, and we're here to help you. This here girl bought a
Hmm.
home with 1,200. Tracy, I'm gonna take you out just for a second here. This here young lady bought a home with $1,200 of her own money. Now that was 5 years ago. Today, Will $1,200 work? Probably not. Probably closer to $1,500 to $2,000 is really what you need to have saved. But family, you got to start saving. We're not talking about a lot of money. You can use your income tax money to qualify for a mortgage, but you have to have not already spent it. All right. If we get Tracey back, I just have one or two other questions for her because this here lady is phenomenal, guys. She is living the life. She is doing the things that we've been talking about. She is creating her legacy. She's creating the legacy that is going to. Let me see if we can get her back in here. Tracey, can you hear us again?
Yes, I can. I lost
Okay.
the ability to hear you for a second.
Okay, it happens. Let me see here a minute. Let me get us back both back in
There we
here.
go.
All right. So again, Tracey, man, seriously, you're going to motivate some folks because it's
I'm
all
hoping to.
you will because people hear from me and they say, yes, Smitty, okay, whatever. You're a real estate agent. These are the things you're supposed to say, and they are things that I'm supposed to say. But when I get to speak to someone who actually did it, and folks can reach out and see that a regular, everyday person has done what Smitty's been telling me to do, man, I better get up and to get down. I better get started. And you should, family. You really, really should, because after all, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any dollars and cents to continue making somebody else's mortgage payment.
Say that again.
All right. Doesn't make dollars and cents. Because Tracy, you've been there 5 years. And at some point you might get that urge to move. And if you do, think about it. Your first home is going to pay for your second home.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about, family. That's what it's
Absolutely.
all about. So Tracy, I ran my mouth for a half an hour. I really appreciate you taking time out, sharing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. With your help today, we're going to make some folks uncomfortable.
Good.
All right. All right. We're going to make some folks angry when they write that rent check. I want you to write that check angry. All right. Because you've been doing it long enough. If you've been renting, can you imagine, Tracy, you've been renting the same place for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? You have
Absolutely.
nothing. I mean, that's not what we want for you. That was fine then, but let's talk about now.
Mhm.
So, Tracy, you have what we call equity. You have your house is worth more than what you paid for it. So that's equity. All
Yes.
right. And family, that's the magic word, equity. All right. Now, the magic word is equity. The magic deed is not to spend it. And don't let folks steal your equity. Okay. Tracy's creating that generational wealth, and she gets to live in her own environment. Guys, and someone said the other day, Smitty, you know what? Christmas hits differently when it's in a house of my own. It just
Yes.
feels different, you know. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So Tracy, do you have any final words to share with folks that are listening? I really appreciate you motivating folks. You will never know how many souls you touched today, but I promise you, you really and truly have.
Well, I guess if I would say any final words, it would be this: get started. Don't waste another year. It's really time for us to define our why. Why are we doing this? You know, take the picture out, like I said, take a picture of whatever motivates you. And so when you get to the roadblocks or you know, the setbacks, I want you to look at the picture and say, "This is why I'm pressing on." It's important that we write down our visions.
Mm,
Again, big faith person. Um, write your visions down. This is what I would like to succeed. And through the course of the year, I want to start here and I'm going to get things in place. I'm going to get the ball rolling. So just continue on, press past the little obstacles. They're just obstacles. They're meant to be either going over, however you got to get past it. You get past the obstacles that you may face and you look towards the end, which is your prize, which is your end, the home buying process. Once you get that key in your hand,
yes.
you know that it's definitely something to rejoice in and to shout about, and to be thankful. So that's it. Just do it. How about that?
There you
Get
go.
it done.
I like what you said. Go over, go under, go through it. Just get past it. All right.
Yes.
And then take others with you. And Tracey, again, one of the most important things that you've done, you created a significant amount of karma today. Karma is, when you give good energy out, you get twice the energy back. So I would not be surprised if you get some huge blessings, because when you reach back and lift people up, when you reach back and help people get to where you are, the universe loves it, sister. I'm telling you, 25
That's what
years,
I'm called to do, Smitty.
you know.
That's what I'm called to do. We're going back and get some folks. So
We're going to go back and get them. We're going to go get them.
yeah, you got to. That Harriet Tubman concept pays off. You don't just get there, you go back and get a couple people.
You know what? I'm going to do a whole post on that. Go get them. I love it. So again, family, just to summarize, write that rent check angry. Okay. Be uncomfortable. Our purpose today was to make you uncomfortable in that rent. All right. Do like Tracey. Earn that equity, family. Earn that equity. Take advantage of the free services. Don't pay for credit repair. You can get it for free. You
Yes.
get free budgeting help. Take advantage of grants and down payment assistance. This here woman took advantage of $14,000. Bought a home with $1,200 of her own money. Her mortgage payment, I bet, is less than most of y'all's rent.
Yeah.
She owns this. Chapter 1, she came to the door. Smitty, I want to be a homeowner. Chapter done. She's blessing her home. Boom. What happened in the middle? She just had to go for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the golden rule, family. Whoever owns the gold makes the rules. If the lender wants this, you got to give the lender that. The lender wants this, you got to give the lender that. But it's a hustle. It's worth the hassle. Wouldn't you agree, Tracey?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tracey, thank you very much for joining us today. Now, I got to put my salesman hat on. I'm sorry. I got to sell you, convince you to get you to come back maybe one day next month and just do a follow-up with us, because what you have to share is valuable, sister.
Whatever we need to impact the community, mind, body, spirit, I'm here. Let me know.
All right. So much power in our African American community. So much power that we just have to share it with each other. And it doesn't cost us anything to share. It just doesn't.
Right.
All we got to do is share. So thank you for sharing, Tracey. And as we always say, have a blessed and highly flavored day. All right, sister?
You too. Thank you guys as well. Bye-bye.
Thanks again. Bye.